My precious child, listen carefully. I don't want you to miss this moment, not even by a second. Archangel Michael has been trying to get your attention, not just today, but for several days now. Something is going to enter your space tonight, and it's not by accident. This night is anything but ordinary. Let me say that again, this is no typical night. What's about to unfold is part of a divine alignment that's been in motion for years, yes, years. A spiritual awakening is activating in your home, even as you read these words. Angels are surrounding you right now, not standing still, but moving, preparing, releasing whispers into the atmosphere of your home. A major breakthrough is drawing near, but you must stay with this message. It matters. You are reading this because heaven has granted divine clearance for your miracle to begin unfolding. Someone is being sent into your life this very night. They carry something in their heart that will unlock the door you've been praying over for so long. Your God dispatched Archangel Michael to ensure you wouldn't miss this sacred opportunity. There is a battle happening right now, not on the earth you walk on, but in the spiritual dimension, where every second has weight. That's why Michael is pleading with you. He rarely pleads. But just a moment ago, he whispered to your soul, hoping you'd pay attention. Did your heart suddenly skip or beat harder? Did a gentle warmth press around your chest? That wasn't fear, that was your spirit, recognizing a divine appointment. This isn't meant to scare, it's love speaking as a warning. Your blessing is already in motion, your miracle has been dispatched. The name of the one who's stepping into your world tonight is already etched in the book of destiny. And yes, tonight they will reach out, maybe through a message, a phone call, or an unexpected sign. Do not ignore this, don't treat it casually. To do so would be to delay what was meant to arrive now. Let me ask you something, only your heart can answer. How long will you let old pain lead your choices? How long will you wear a mask of strength, while breaking in secret? I've seen it, heaven has witnessed it. You've cried silently into your pillow, whispering for one undeniable sign. You even said, God, if you're real, send me something tonight. Well, here it is. This is not just text, this is not for your entertainment, this is a divine interruption. You are not imagining things. That dream last night, the one where someone knocked on your door, was not random. You are being made ready. Right now, Archangel Michael stands spiritually at your doorway, his sword drawn, guarding your blessing from anything that would try to interfere. Love letter, if your heart senses this, pause and breathe. You are being led from above. Stay tuned into this message of light, because this is only the beginning of what heaven is about to reveal. Stay open, stay ready. Love letter, tonight a spiritual window is opening over your home. It's not made of glass, but it's real. Something you had nearly given up on is coming back into view. That person you believed forgot about you. They haven't. All day they've felt unsettled. They can't explain it, but I can. I've been pulling their heart gently, in your direction. There will be a sign. It won't be loud, it may come as a sound, a whisper, or a sudden nudge to check your phone, or glance outside. Don't brush it off. Those who doubted you will be shocked, because the same ones who tried to delay your rise, will witness your blessing unfold, right in your own home. Someone from your past, someone you haven't spoken to in years, will unexpectedly speak your name. Why? Because your name is echoing in places you haven't even stepped into yet. I've seen the times you were overlooked, passed by, and misunderstood. But tonight, someone who has always carried silent love for you, is awakening from that silence. They didn't believe you'd care. But I, your God, am reaching into their spirit, bringing clarity to what they've buried for too long. They'll remember something you said, something you thought was small, but it lingered in their heart. And they will come, not with excuses, not empty-handed, but bearing something sacred, something promised. And they'll come, not with arrogance or shame, but with emotions they've never expressed to another soul. I need you to understand, this is far more than romance. This is destiny at work. This connection was designed, before time touched your skin. And now it's manifesting here in your space, because heaven has declared its time. Archangel Michael has been guarding this moment, with fierce devotion. Day and night he stood watch, driving off forces, meant to shake your faith. He blocked every attack you didn't even know was aimed at you. And right now, he remains by your side, eyes blazing, voice filled with truth. You didn't stumble upon this message, you were guided to it, precisely now, because something beyond the natural is being pulled toward you, with speed only the spirit realm understands. The person who is on their way carries deep understanding. They see something in you that others couldn't. They've held this knowing close, unable to speak it aloud. They've dreamt of you, they've rehearsed messages in their mind they never had the courage to send. But now, by my hand, I have lifted their fear. You'll know it's them, because when they speak, your body will calm. Your heart will steady, your mind will quiet. And your soul will rise up with certainty. This is what I've been waiting for, this isn't a dream, this is the answer. And I sent this word ahead of time, to ensure you wouldn't doubt it. So you wouldn't talk yourself out of it. So you wouldn't shut the door. Not this time. This time you'll feel the pull, and follow it. You'll hear the voice inside say yes. You'll welcome what I've sent. Archangel Michael didn't just deliver this message, he's standing behind every word. He won't let confusion touch you tonight. This is your moment, your breakthrough. The atmosphere around you will shift before sunrise. The very air will carry weight. The silence will become sacred. And when you hear your name in the quiet, you will know, something holy has just begun. And they will come not with an excuse, but with a truth that's been burning quietly inside them, for far too long. A truth they tried to bury, under silence, under pride, under fear, but tonight, all that is melting away. The weight of what they didn't say, has become too heavy to carry any longer. And you, child, are about to receive not just a message, but a revelation, that will realign your sense of worth. You see, heaven didn't forget what you asked for in the dark. It heard every whisper, caught every tear, remembered every moment, you doubted your own value. And now the response is arriving, not late, but exactly on divine time. Don't look at how long it took, look at how precisely it's showing up now, just when your heart needed reassurance most. Archangel Michael, sword still drawn, hasn't left your side for a second. He has guarded this message, through chaos, through delay, through the confusion, the enemy tried to use to wear you down. And now finally, that holy moment has touched your timeline. You don't have to perform for it, you don't have to prove yourself. You just need to be still enough to receive. There will be confirmation, you'll feel it in the air, the shift in energy, the stillness that suddenly feels full of meaning. Don't rush past it, don't dismiss it as your imagination. That subtle presence, wrapping around your heart, is real. The angels are in motion, making sure, not one part of your destiny is misplaced. This is the turning point. The quiet chapter, where the pain finally starts to loosen its grip, and your heart begins to heal, not just slowly, but all at once, like a sunrise that takes the whole sky in a matter of seconds. You'll feel your lungs fill deeper, you'll notice colors feel brighter, and your hope, the one you thought had died, will start breathing again. There is someone who thought they lost their chance with you. Someone who assumed they were too late, that the silence between you had grown too wide. But heaven whispered your name in their spirit, and reminded them of your kindness, your light, your depth. And now, they can't stop thinking about you, not from nostalgia, but from awakening. They see now, what they couldn't see then. And just like you were wondering if you mattered, they were wondering if they had ruined something divine. That's why tonight is different, because heaven is healing both hearts simultaneously. This isn't just your breakthrough, it's theirs too. What's being restored isn't one-sided, it's mutual, it's sacred. Don't be surprised, if they say they had a dream about you. Don't be shocked, if they mention a detail no one else would know. That's how you'll know this isn't fantasy. That's how you'll feel the weight of truth behind their words. Not just words, they'll carry an energy, a resonance, your soul will recognize instantly. And in that moment you'll feel it, the peace you've been craving, the closure you never received, and the beginning of something that feels brand new, but also strangely familiar. Like home, like something that's been waiting on the other side of all your faith. Don't question your worthiness, don't sabotage it by overthinking. You didn't earn this by being perfect, you were chosen because your heart refused to grow cold. You kept praying, you kept loving, you kept believing even when it hurt. And that kind of faith moves heaven. Tonight the atmosphere around you is charged. Angels are aligning schedules, softening hearts, stirring memories. That ache in your chest, it's shifting. That heaviness in your mind, it's lifting. You're not losing your mind, you're stepping into clarity. There's a reason you've been feeling extra sensitive lately. A reason songs have been hitting different, memories resurfacing out of nowhere, and old emotions bubbling up unexpectedly. That's your spirit preparing, that's the divine cleansing what no longer belongs, so you can receive what finally does. You are not alone in this, you were never alone. Every moment you thought heaven was silent, it was actually working quietly, rearranging pieces you couldn't yet see. And now the curtain is beginning to lift. You'll sense it before you see it, your spirit will respond before your mind understands. Archangel Michael is not just protecting this miracle, he's guiding it. The steps of the person meant for you are being lit up. Their confusion is being cleared, their courage is being restored. And all you need to do is stay open, not desperate, not anxious, just open. Because sometimes the greatest miracles enter, not with a loud arrival, but with a quiet presence. A knock, a ping, a name you weren't expecting to hear. And in that moment, the atmosphere will feel heavy with meaning, like time paused to make space for something eternal. So child, rest your heart. You've carried enough, you've hoped long enough. Now let the promise find you, not because you chased it, but because you prepared for it, with a faith that didn't give up, when everything said you should. The hours ahead hold more than you expect. And the voice you'll soon hear, whether in person or in your spirit, will echo like a note you didn't realize you'd been waiting to hear your whole life. Let yourself believe, let yourself feel, let yourself be found. Because what's arriving isn't a coincidence, it's divine compensation, it's heaven's response, and it's closer than you've ever dared to imagine. Fully, freely, and without the weight of what used to break you. Your lungs will expand differently, your chest will feel lighter, even your breath will carry a kind of peace that only heaven can breathe into you. That trembling in your hands, that racing in your chest, don't be afraid of it. That's not anxiety, that's transition, that's your soul adjusting to the weight of a miracle, that's your heart recognizing that the wait is ending. And while it's coming, don't shrink. Don't apologize for the light around you, don't downplay your worth, to make others feel comfortable. You have paid for this peace, with tears, with silence, with long nights of wondering if you'd ever feel joy again. So when it arrives, let it in completely, don't second-guess the good, don't sabotage the softness. You are worthy of beauty now, not just survival. You are worthy of laughter, of love that doesn't leave, of rooms where you are fully seen. Let your guard down, just enough to receive it. Tonight I am going deeper, into the spaces of you, that you've tried to guard. The corners of your heart, you never let anyone reach. I am entering gently, restoring fully, healing thoroughly. And you won't have to explain a single thing, I already know every wound, every reason for the wall, every tear you never let fall. This is a sacred moment, between your heart and mine. You're not being asked to perform here, you're just being asked to rest. And while you rest, the heavens are still moving. They are not waiting for you to figure it all out. They're not delayed by your confusion. They're already ahead, laying down the bricks of your next breakthrough. I've already spoken your name, in places you haven't even entered yet. I've assigned peace to walk with you, through the very doorway you once feared. This isn't just hope anymore, it's alignment, it's divine orchestration unfolding in real time. There is someone connected to this breakthrough, someone who has had your name echoing in their spirit. They've fought it, they've tried to forget it. But the pull won't stop. They keep seeing your favorite color, they hear your name in songs, they dream of what they never said. And now they're on the edge of letting it all out. They're about to reach across the silence, with trembling honesty. And when they do, you'll know. You won't have to ask for confirmation, the presence of heaven will wrap you like a cloak, and you'll feel your soul exhale. Child, the confusion is lifting, the clarity is settling in. You're starting to see why it didn't work out before, you're starting to understand why that rejection was a redirection. Because what's coming would not have fit, in the place you were begging to stay in. You had to be moved, you had to be protected, you had to be preserved for something far greater. And this is it. There's a reason your spirit couldn't rest these past few nights. A reason the air felt thick, and the silence felt heavy. It wasn't fear, it was anticipation. Your soul recognized, that something sacred was being written, that something destined was being delivered. And now you stand at the threshold, trembling yes, but ready. I need you to take this seriously, don't dismiss this as just another message. Don't tell yourself it's wishful thinking. Your faith has carried this promise for too long, to let doubt interfere now. Speak it out loud, I'm ready. Let those words activate the miracle, let them ring in your room, in your heart, in the spirit realm. Let every wall hear it, let every fear flee from it. Because when you declare that readiness, heaven accelerates the process. And while the world sleeps, angels are working. They're finalizing the connection, they're softening the heart of the person you've been praying for. They're lifting the fog from your mind, they're opening the path ahead. You don't need to do anything dramatic, just stay soft, stay open, stay willing. That's where the blessing will land, in the softness. Your name will be spoken in rooms you haven't entered. Your presence will be felt before you arrive. Because you carry something now, anointing, favor, resilience. And it's unmistakable. Even those who once overlooked you, will be stunned by the radiance you carry. This glow isn't pride, it's proof that the fire didn't consume you, proof that heaven has walked you through the wilderness, and placed a crown on your survival. Tonight take a moment to sit in the stillness. Let your heart slow down, let your body feel safe again, let your spirit breathe, without holding back. And as you do, know this deeply, you are already in motion, toward what you've been longing for. The waiting wasn't wasted, it was preparation. Every closed door was a divine strategy, every delay a sacred setup. The moment your spirit has been aching for, it's here. It may not look like what you imagined, but it will feel exactly right. And when it arrives, you won't have to chase it, it will feel like home. Because I am restoring, not just what you lost, but also the strength you had to build, while surviving without it. I'm not simply bringing it back the same way, it's returning in a healed form, purified, renewed, and infused with purpose. This is not a repeat, this is a redemption, and you'll notice it, by how peaceful it feels, how easy your breathing becomes, how light your chest feels, when you think of it. This next chapter won't be haunted by the shadows of your past. Instead it will be framed by the light you fought to hold on to. It will feel like coming home, to a place you forgot you were building all along. And you won't need to second guess it this time, your spirit will recognize it immediately, because it's been praying for this exact moment for years. Love letter. Your name has been written on the walls of destiny. Not in chalk that can be wiped away, but in permanent ink that no disappointment can erase. And the pages of your story are not finished. In fact, the most beautiful chapters are just beginning. The ones where joy isn't temporary, where love isn't confusing, where clarity takes the place of chaos. That's the part you're stepping into. I see you, child, standing at the edge of something unfamiliar. You're both excited and scared. You've been strong for so long, that softness feels strange. But I didn't bring you this far, just to leave you here. I'm guiding you across this threshold, because what waits on the other side, is worth every tear, every long night, every silent battle. You didn't endure for nothing, it all built this moment. You've become someone new, not harder, but holier. Not colder, but wiser. You've grown roots in faith that the storm couldn't pull up. And now your branches are stretching toward the light again. Don't be afraid to bloom, don't be afraid to let joy settle in your chest, like it belongs there, because it does. It's yours now. There's a vibration in the air tonight, a shift so gentle it might feel like a thought, a memory, or a strange calm. That's the atmosphere changing, that's the old heaviness leaving your home, that's the new chapter stepping in, with grace and reassurance. And it's not just a feeling, it's a spiritual reality taking shape in your life. Love letter, you will wake up tomorrow with a softness in your heart you haven't felt in years. Things will feel lighter, even the faces around you will seem more loving. You'll begin noticing synchronicities, numbers repeating, songs with lyrics that answer your thoughts, words from strangers that feel like answers to prayers you never spoke aloud. Pay attention, that's the divine confirming everything you've been sensing in your spirit. You didn't lose your intuition, child, you just had to walk through some noise. But now that the noise is clearing, you'll hear me again. And I will not be silent, I will speak to you in ways that leave no room for doubt. I will confirm the direction, I will reveal the hearts of people, I will guide your steps with peace, not pressure. There's a divine meeting being arranged, not just a reunion, but a holy alignment. Two hearts that have been refined separately, now being drawn back together, not because of old emotions, but because of evolved purpose. The love that's coming isn't just romance, it's divine assignment. You will see why it had to take time, you'll understand why the delay was necessary, and it will humble you. Love letter, this message is a seed, and every time you revisit it, it will grow. Every time you reread these words, your spirit will absorb something new. Because they are not just words, they are coated with healing, direction, and confirmation. They are a lamp to your next steps, and even if you forget them for a while, they will echo in the moments you need them most. Your home is under divine renovation. Things that used to make you anxious will start feeling peaceful. People who used to trigger you will lose their power. Old memories will lose their sting. You'll walk through your house and feel like the air has shifted. It has. Archangel Michael isn't just protecting, it's purifying. Every corner is being swept by heaven's breath. And when you begin noticing unusual favor, small things going your way, doors opening, strangers offering kindness, that's not luck. That's the confirmation that the spiritual has touched the physical, that what was declared in prayer is now unfolding in presence. You are not the same version of you who once begged to be seen. You are no longer waiting to be chosen. You have become the chooser, the one who gets to discern, who gets to protect their peace, who no longer has to lower their value to be loved. That shift is spiritual royalty, awakening in you. Love letter, let me say this one more time gently, what is for you cannot miss you. And what missed you, was never really for you. Trust this separation, trust the redirection, trust even the silence. Because some of heaven's loudest answers arrive in quiet ways. And you, dear soul, are not behind, you are not late, you are not forgotten. You are being prepared in a deeper way. And the evidence will begin surfacing, not just in miracles, but in how you feel, waking up lighter, clearer, braver. There is someone who will look at you, and immediately sense the divine around you. They'll recognize that you're not like the rest, not because of pride, but because of presence. And they will honor it, they will come with respect, not confusion. They will arrive with clarity, not games. And it will feel like finally, not because they complete you, but because they mirror your growth. You are being magnetized now, your energy is aligning, your future is being drawn to you, by what you're becoming. Keep your heart open, stay soft, let the miracle find you fully present. Because it's not just coming anymore. It's here. The warmth over your forehead, like a kiss from the divine, will reassure you that you are no longer carrying this journey alone. There's been a shift, not just in your energy, but in the frequency of everything around you. The path you once walked with uncertainty is now being cleared, and each step ahead is being guided with intention. This isn't about what you lost anymore, it's about what's arriving. The pain didn't come to punish you, it came to prepare you. It shaped your heart into a vessel, large enough to hold what is about to be poured in. And as the night deepens, so does your awareness. You'll start noticing the small signs, the kind most overlook. A flicker in the candlelight, the sound of wind brushing past your window, the sudden peace that washes over your spirit without warning. These are not coincidences, they are confirmations. You are in alignment now, with a realm that has been watching, waiting, and moving on your behalf. Not one tear you've cried has gone unnoticed, not one whispered prayer has been dismissed. All of it has been recorded, not in ink, but in spirit, and it has built the case for this moment. A divine case for restoration. A spiritual argument for your breakthrough. And heaven has ruled in your favor. So now even when doubt tries to creep in, and question if you're ready, I need you to remember who sent this message. This isn't coming from human intention, this is higher, this is holy, this is your appointed hour. And as Archangel Michael continues to move with power on your behalf, the chains that were once invisible are now breaking. Cycles that were once repeated are now interrupted. Patterns that once held you captive are now being rewritten. There is someone connected to your destiny, whose heart is being stirred at this very moment. They may not even understand why, but something deep inside them is shifting. It's the recognition of your spirit, it's the echo of your name in their dreams. They've seen you in glimpses, they've felt you in silence. And now they're being drawn to speak, to step forward, to show up. When they do, don't resist the blessing because of fear, don't question the timing. Trust the divine choreography at play. This has all been unfolding with precision, you couldn't see until now. You may feel emotional, that's okay, it's not weakness, it's release. You've held in so much strength for so long, and now that strength is making room, for softness, for joy, for ease. Yes, ease, you're stepping into a season where blessings won't feel like battles, where love won't feel like a puzzle, where every answered prayer won't come with a price tag of pain. This is what it means to be in divine flow, to no longer fight for what's meant for you, but to receive it, because you finally believe you're worthy. And you are, you always have been. But tonight that belief is no longer theoretical, it's becoming tangible. You're starting to breathe deeper, sit stiller, and trust greater. Because something in your spirit knows this is real. This message wasn't just for your ears, it was for your soul. It was to remind you that despite everything, you've made it to the turning point. This isn't just a word of hope, it's a declaration of arrival. So let your hands relax, let your chest rise and fall, without pressure. Let your thoughts settle, like dust finding the floor after a storm. Because from here on out, you are walking with a new rhythm, a divine rhythm. One that leads you not to more chaos, but to clarity. One that draws not more trials, but more truth. The illusions are fading, the fears are losing their grip, and all that remains is the certainty of who you are, and what you carry. You carry light, you carry favor, you carry the sound of a voice that moves hearts and stirs souls. And someone out there is ready to hear it. They've waited for the purity you bring, the honesty you hold, the love that radiates from your very being. You are not just healing, you are becoming a healer, not just surviving, you are being made into a safe place for others who are still learning how to rise. And child, there is a moment approaching soon, where you will feel it all land inside of you at once. A peace so loud, it silences every fear. A clarity so pure, it dissolves all confusion. A presence so strong, it brings you to stillness. That's how you'll know, heaven didn't just visit, it stayed. It rooted itself in your space, in your breath, in your being. And nothing around you will be able to remain the same. Even your environment will begin to reflect this inner shift. Rooms will feel lighter, conversations will go deeper, relationships will either rise to meet your new frequency, or fall away with grace. Don't resist the shedding, don't mourn what must go. What stays now, must be aligned with truth, love, and the higher path you've chosen. This is no longer the season for forcing what doesn't fit. You've evolved, you've ascended. And everything attached to you must do the same. There's a knock coming, not always literal, but unmistakable. It could be a message that stops you in your tracks, a name that lights up your phone, a sudden urge to speak your truth. When it happens, respond. Don't hesitate. That's your divine moment, unfolding in real time. That's your answered prayer, arriving in living color. Don't second-guess the miracle, because of past pain. This is not a repetition, it's a resurrection. A part of you that once gave up, is being revived tonight. A dream you thought you buried, is stretching again. A version of you that once dimmed your light, is now stepping into full brilliance. This is the becoming, this is the beauty after ashes, this is your soul saying yes, to what it once feared. And the heavens are rejoicing with you, not because you're perfect, but because you're present, you're open, you're finally ready to receive what's been yours all along. So breathe again, not like before, but deeper, fuller. Let every inhale pull in grace, and every exhale release what no longer belongs. The shift is not coming, the shift is here. You are not waiting for the next chapter, you are in it. You are writing it, with your faith, your courage, your willingness to believe, that this time the story ends differently. And it will. Keep watching, keep listening. The signs will only grow clearer, the confirmations will continue, and your spirit will begin to recognize the rhythm of heaven, like never before. The knock at your door, you won't need to overthink it. You won't doubt if it's real. You'll simply feel a calm certainty in your spirit, like a familiar voice echoing, "This is it." Because your spirit will recognize what your mind can't explain. That's how I work, through deep knowing, through peace that passes understanding. And in that moment, when your heart begins to race, and your breath catches, don't run from it, lean in, open the door, say yes. Because everything you've cried for, all the prayers whispered into your pillow, all the nights you sat alone, trying to make sense of the waiting, they've built up to this moment. You weren't being ignored, you were being positioned. You weren't being rejected, you were being protected, from less than what I ordained. And now the fullness of my promise is arriving, not rushed, not early, but perfectly timed. Some people will question how fast it seems to change for you. Let them wonder, let them whisper. Because they didn't see the battles you fought in silence. They didn't feel the weight you carried, while still showing up for others. But I did. I saw the breaking points, I felt the heartbreak, I stood in the room, when no one else knew, how much you were holding in. And for that reason, I will make sure your blessing is public. Because your struggle was hidden, but your reward won't be. Even now, as this message flows into your soul, your atmosphere is shifting. Something heavy is lifting, a new clarity is settling in. You're not just seeing the future differently, you're finally ready to walk toward it without fear. And child, let this be confirmation, what's about to come into your life won't bring chaos, it will bring clarity. It won't create tension, it will ease it. It won't make you question your worth, it will affirm it. Because what's arriving is not just a person or a moment, it's alignment. And it's not only for you, this shift will ripple outward. Family dynamics will begin to heal. Old patterns will lose their grip. Generational cycles will break. You were chosen, not just to receive, but to restore. That's why it's felt so heavy, that's why the warfare has been intense. But you made it, and now heaven is releasing what was held up. The delay has turned into delivery. Tonight is more than just a moment, it's a divine appointment. You're not waiting anymore, you're welcoming. You're not hoping with crossed fingers, you're standing in full expectation, knowing that what's for you can no longer pass you by. And as Archangel Michael continues to guard your path, new doors are being unlocked. Some of them you didn't even knock on, some you thought were sealed forever. But I am the God who holds the keys, I am the one who makes a way, where there seemed to be none. And now, child, a divine hush is falling, a sacred quietness, that isn't empty, it's pregnant with promise. Feel it, breathe it in. That's peace, not because everything is perfect, but because you're aligned with my will. That's assurance, not because you know every detail, but because you trust the one who does. There's someone you'll encounter in the days ahead, who needs your presence, more than they know. Don't underestimate your impact. Your smile, your words, your energy, it's carrying something sacred. I've placed healing in your voice, I've planted comfort in your embrace. And in that encounter, you won't even need to try. Just be. Because your being is anointed, your presence is powerful. And as night turns into morning, remember this, your soul is being rewritten. The version of you that doubted, is being gently replaced, by the one who dares to believe again. The version that feared, is now finding boldness. And the you who once felt invisible, is being seen by heaven, in ways you never imagined. You don't have to chase, you don't have to prove. You simply need to stay close to the whisper, to the nudge, to the peace that keeps returning, like a lighthouse guiding you home. That's me, that's my way, gentle but undeniable. And as this message begins to quiet, don't disconnect. Sit with it, let it wash over you, like waves on the shore. Because child, this isn't just a message, it's a mantle, and you've been chosen to carry it. Your miracle didn't miss you, it was always yours. It was simply waiting for your heart to reach the place where it could hold it fully. And now it has. So go ahead, light that candle, whisper that thank you, open your arms wide. What's coming won't require you to force, it will fit, it will feel like home. You've entered the season where alignment meets arrival. Where prayers become people, where visions become reality. And all of it begins now. The future you've hoped for, prayed for, and waited for, is standing at your door, breathing the same air as you. You may feel a flutter in your chest, a stirring in your soul, that is your invitation to step forward, to embrace the blessing that is already reaching out for you. Remember, child, that growth is not always loud. Sometimes it whispers, sometimes it creeps quietly, beneath the surface, reshaping the unseen parts of your spirit. You might not feel different yet, but your essence is shifting. The heaviness you've carried is beginning to lift, and the lightness you will soon feel is a testament to the battles you fought, and the faith you held on to in the dark. In this sacred space, you are creating within yourself, old wounds are healing. Places you thought were broken beyond repair, are being sewn together, with threads of divine love and grace. This healing isn't instant, but it is certain. And it will flow through you, like a river that refuses to stop, no matter how many rocks lie in its path. You are no longer held hostage by your past. Every tear shed, every heartbreak endured, every moment of loneliness, was preparing you for this exact chapter. The story isn't over, and it's more beautiful than you ever imagined. You are being lifted higher, and those around you will begin to see the radiance that was always there, but hidden beneath layers of hurt. The angels have marked this moment in time. They are witnesses to your triumphs and your silent prayers. They stand guard, not only around your home, but around your destiny. Archangel Michael, with his sword of justice and shield of truth, continues to clear the way. No fear, no doubt, no enemy, seen or unseen, can come near you now. Tonight you are invited to embrace the fullness of your identity. You are a child of the Most High, destined for glory, called to walk in the fullness of your purpose. Let go of the voices that tried to convince you otherwise. Their words were never yours to carry. Release them now, as you release your fears and your doubts. Hold tight to the knowledge that you are deeply loved, beyond measure, chosen, not because you are perfect, but because you are brave enough to keep going. Your faith, even when it flickered, was never wasted. It was the foundation for all that is coming. As you breathe in this truth, feel your spirit rise. Feel your heart open wider than it ever has before. This is your invitation to step into a new reality, where your dreams are not just possibilities, but promises waiting to unfold. This is your time to walk boldly into the future, with the confidence of a soul, fully known and fully loved. Every step you take, from here on out, will be under the watchful eyes of angels. Every decision will be guided by a divine hand. You are no longer wandering, you are arriving. Arriving at the destiny that was carved for you, long before you took your first breath. Know that your presence is a blessing to the world. Your story, once filled with pain and waiting, is now transforming into a testament of hope and victory. Others will be inspired by your courage, your resilience, your unwavering faith. You are becoming a beacon for those still lost in the dark. And even if the journey ahead still holds challenges, remember this: the fire within you is fierce, and it burns away every shadow. The love that surrounds you is fierce, and it shields you from every storm. The promise of a new beginning is fierce, and it will carry you through. So as you lay your head down tonight, do so with the deepest peace. Let the comfort of these words settle in your heart like a soft blanket. You are protected, you are loved, you are chosen. Your miracle is not a distant dream, but a present reality, unfolding now, in ways you may not yet see, but will soon recognize. The doors are opening, the stars are aligning, and your time is here. Step into it, without hesitation, walk boldly, live fully, love deeply. And when morning comes, carry this truth with you: you are a child of light, a vessel of divine purpose, and nothing will ever be the same again. Amen.